cocktails at Temp Lounge. We thank you for choosing us as the premier casino, resort, brunch, and date night spot in Miami. Reimagined, redesigned. Rediscover Mikasuki Casino and Resort online at mikasuki.com.
At Loan Depot, we're big on home. Home games, home teams, home field advantage, and you better believe it, home runs. For us, home means everything, which is why we're offering more options that make buying your first home easier and more affordable. No matter where you are on your home ownership journey, round the corner to loandepot.com and let us help get you home. That's loandepot.com. We're on deck ready to hit it out of the home ownership park for you. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLC ID number 174475.
This summer, Cuba Vera and the Miami Marlins are bringing game to your wardrobe. From breezy guayaberas to elevated linen suits, Cuba Vera has the effortless styles you need for any occasion. Shop today and use code CUHomeRun at cubavera.com to receive 15% off your purchase. Limited 1 coupon per customer per transaction. Excludes taxes and shipping. Not redeemable for cash. Not valid with any other offers, promotions, or discounts. Not valid on gift card purchases. No adjustments on previous purchases. Offer only valid on qualifying purchases at the participating Cuba Vera stores at Dolphin Mall, Sawgrass Mills, or online at cubavera.com. This offer is valid until September 1st, 2025. Other exclusions may apply.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that'll bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your visit today at baseballhall.org.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball. Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. With the 10th Inning Show, here's the voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Well, the Marlins fall in both legs of this doubleheader on Saturday at Truist Park in Atlanta. It was 7-1 in Game 1. Much tighter in this one. It almost hurt more in Game 2. Final score 8-6. The Braves got the win over the Fish. Jack McMullen here guiding you through the 10th inning show. How did we get here? Well, Miami opened scoring with 4 in the top of the 4th inning. It was paper cuts against the starter Eric Fetty after he worked a clean front third of this ball game. But Atlanta bounced back with a run in the 4th, 4 in the 5th, and 3 in the 6th. Marlins got 2 in the top of the 7th on an RBI single, on a 2-run single from Heriberto Hernandez. But that was all she wrote in terms of scoring in this one. Eric Fetty locks up his first win since May 9th. That was when he was a St. Louis Cardinal against the Washington Nationals. In his next 14 starts, he was 0-9 with a 6.37 ERA. But he looked really comfortable through the front third of this one. Then he started misfiring, and the Marlins were really patient. They drew 4 walks in this contest against Fetty, and they scratched 4 runs across. So Fetty left trailing by several runs. And, you're thinking, okay, Fetty, it's going to be, a loss or a no decision at this point. But then against Sandy Alcantara in the bottom of the 5th inning, Atlanta plated 4 runs, including a 3-run home run from Marcell Ozuna, and Fetty was in line for the win. Unfortunately, the big inning comes back to bite Sandy Alcantara again, and Sandy, his head will hit the pillow tonight with a 6.55 ERA. This guy looks so sharp through 3 innings. He allowed the leadoff homer in the 4th to Ozuna, but then settled right back in the 4th, and the 5th really got to him. Valente Belloso worked the next 2 innings for the Fish. He allowed 3 runs, and Josh Simpson with a really nice bottom of the 8th inning, 1-2-3 with a couple of punch-outs. But the Atlanta bullpen strong again. Aaron Bumber inning in 2/3 of 1-run ball. Daysbel Hernandez, he got an out. He allowed a run, but then Austin Cox with a 1-2-3 8th, and Raisel Iglesias with a scoreless 9th. That was how this ball game unraveled, and unfortunately the Marlins could not mount the comeback effort needed in this one. We'll step aside 2 minutes. We'll play the highlights when we come back. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
You needed some more production, and then you turned it into guys who are going to be now producing when you need them to.
1-0 pitch. Augustine lines into right field. That's in on a hop for a base hit. X rounding third. He's coming home. White's throw going to the plate. A little bit offline and just a touch late. And X comes in to score standing up from second. With two men gone, it's an RBI single for Agustin Ramirez, and the Marlins on the board again. It's 6-2 in the top of the fourth. Opposite of Texas's concern with him. They thought that he was going to be in an insane amount of pain.
Yeah.
Pitch to X. That one stung. Past the dive of the second baseman. Albies into right center for a base hit. Myers will score from second base, no problem. And Xavier Edwards got to 300 last AB. This time he pushes to 301. Afternoon, getaway day at 1:35. Jen Powell calls balls and strikes. 3-1. That one sprayed into left field, down the line. Long run for Profar. He's still moving. That drops in. It's a fair ball. Hernandez was drifting towards third. Now he gets the run around home, and the throw coming home is late. That was a line hunter. Profar is explaining to the third base umpire, Chris Guccione, that he thought it bounced to the right of the chalk, or the left of the chalk, I should say. Yesterday has hit the skids a bit for his last few games. And the 1-2, that one cracked into right center. That is in for a base hit. That's going to keep on rolling for a while. Marcy around third. He comes in to score, and that's Major League RBI number 2 on hit number 3 from Troy Johnston. Stretching Cappy maybe 10 pitches further than you would if you were on 4. 0-1. Hernandez lifts that one high in the air, out to left and deep. Profar is back at the track. It is gone. Into the Marlins bullpen. Big Bert again, his 7th home run of the season, and it's a 2-run shot, 5-0 Fish in the top of the 5th.
Hey, this is Eric Wagman, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, the Marlins unfortunately dropped both ends of the doubleheader to the Atlanta Braves. 7-1 the final score in Game 1, and then 8-6 the final score in Game 2. Let's walk you through how this ball game sounded. And again, it was a clean front third of this ball game, matching zeros from Eric Fetty and Sandy Alcantara through the front third, innings 1, 2, and 3. But in the top of the fourth, it was a crooked number from the Fish that got him started. Otto Lopez with a leadoff single, and then the rookie sensation, 10 games in, Jacob Marcy with an RBI double. And it's 2-2 again. Marcy drills that one out to right center field. That is in for a base hit. Brujan comes behind it, but Otto turns and heads for the plate. Throw going to second base. Marcy legs it out with a hustle double. He's in with a feet first slide, and it's an RBI double. Marlins on the board first. It's 1-0 Fish in the top of the fourth. And again, this guy is awesome, Jacob Marcy. Jacob Marcy has now reached base safely in 9 of his first 10 Major League Baseball games. This guy 2 for 2 with a pair of walks again today, and Marcy has just been flat out excellent. What a joy to watch this guy operate through 10 games. He's 13 for 29. That's a .448 batting average. He's walked 8 times, a .568 on base percentage. Also 5 doubles, a triple, a homer, and he's 5 for 6 in the stolen base department. That inning kept on rolling. Wagatek with an RBI single. It's 1-2. That one drilled into center field. That's in for a base hit. Harris is going to come up ready to fire. Marcy around third. He's headed home. Throw not cut off, but it's plenty late, and it's an RBI single for Wagatek. Eric Wagaman with an RBI knock can make it a 2-run top of the fourth for the Fish. And then how about capping the 4-run fourth? The birthday boy with a 2-run knock. Payoff pitch. X bounces one left side, past the dive of the third baseman Williams into left for a base hit. That's going to score 2 more. Wagaman in from third, Paulie around from second, and it's a 2-run single for X on his 26th birthday. A couple of RBI knocks, one in Game 1 and a 2-run single in Game 2, and that makes it 4-0 Miami in the top of the fourth. But Atlanta got going a half inning later. First hitter of the bottom of the fourth inning, an old friend, Marcell Ozuna. He peeks in over that red leather glove. Rocks and fires. And that one's smacked out to center field and deep. Hill is back. He's at the track, and that one was hit a mile. Marcell Ozuna knew it off the bat, and the former Marlins strikes. 107 off the bat in 433 feet. Out to straightaway center field. That thing was tattooed, and Atlanta is on the board. It's 4-1 Marlins in the bottom of the fourth. But Atlanta, their real big inning came in the fifth. It started with an RBI knock from their hot as a match do-it-all rookie, Drake Baldwin. Is on the way. And that would reach for and plucked into left field. That is in for a base hit. Profar around third. He's heading home. Throw going to second base. Olsen scurries back there. And that's an RBI single for Baldwin. That was a changeup off the plate away that Baldwin just shoved to the opposite field. And it's 4-2 Miami in the bottom of the fifth. And then the big blow. Second homer of the night for Marcell Ozuna. 0-1. Ozuna swings and hammers a ball. Out to left and deep. Marcy hardly budges. It's about 10 rows deep in left center field. Marcell Ozuna with a multi-homer night. He's homered in back-to-back plate appearances. And the 3-run shot gives Atlanta the lead. It's 5-4 in the bottom of the fifth. 3 more in the sixth for the Braves, including an RBI single from Matt Olson. First pitch to Olson. That one drilled into right. That's falling quickly. It's down for a base hit. Everybody up 90 feet. Brujan in to score from third, and that's an RBI smoke single off the bat of Olson. It's 6-4 with 1 away in the bottom of the sixth. And more RBIs from Drake Baldwin, a hitter later. Fires the 2-1. And Baldwin golfs it out to left. That's in for a base hit. Could score 2. Marcy comes up firing. Profar getting the runaround. Throw going home a little bit up the first base line. Profar in with a head first dive. And it's another RBI knock for Drake Baldwin. Drake Baldwin, 3 for 5 with 2 homers and 5 driven in on Thursday. 0 for 3 with a walk on Friday. And then on Saturday in game 1, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And then in game 2, 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. So count it. That's 10 RBIs in 4 games so far this series. Baldwin with the 2-run single. The Marlins did cut the deficit in half in the top of the 7th thanks to a Mr. Heriberto Hernandez. 0-1 pitch. That one a ground ball to the backhand of the shortstop. Allen, that gets under his glove and into left for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. That's a 2-run single for Heriberto Hernandez. And the Marlins cut the deficit in half. It's 8-6 in the top of the 7th. But unfortunately, the Fish went down 1-2-3 in the 8th to Austin Cox and 1-2-3 in the 9th at the hands of Raisel Iglesias. Payoff pitch. That one a called third strike. 96 on the lower outside corner. Iglesias points to the sky as the fireworks shoot off at Truist Park here into Saturday night in Atlanta. It was a big 5th inning for the Atlanta Braves. They played 4 in the 5th, 3 more in the 6th. And the Marlins fall. They drop both games in the doubleheader on Saturday. We're in the northern suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. The final score in game 2, the Braves 8, the Marlins 6. That's how this one sounded. When we come back, you'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough. 10th inning show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Hey, it's the
33% of the way there.
That's Hall of Famer.
Hit 333. 1-0 pitch. That one looped into shallow left field. Profar coming on. He won't get there. That drops in for a base hit. Hicks going to come in and score. Otto pushes to third. And Jacob Marcy drives in his 4th run at the major league level. This guy's 8 for 17 to open his big league career. And an RBI knock gets the Fish on the board. They trail 2-1 at the top of the 2nd. In the lead. 1-2. That one hit in the air, out to right center. That's deep. That's carrying well. Harris is back at the track. He leaps up. He opens the bullpen door, and that's off the wall. It caroms back into center. Wagaman pushes to third, and 2 runs come in to score. A 2-run triple for Wag Attack. Braves of yesteryear.
No.
3-2. That one hit well, out to right and deep, down the line. White on the move. He's looking up, and it's gone. Into the chop house, Graham Pauley. Back-to-back days with a homer. He's got 3 now as a Marlin, and this is a 5-run second. 2-run blast. 5-2 Fish.
You needed some more production, and then you turned it into guys who are going to be now producing when you need them to.
1-0 pitch. Augustine lines into right field. That's in on a hop for a base hit. X rounding third. He's coming home. White's throw going to the plate. A little bit offline and just a touch late. And X comes in to score, standing up from second. With 2 men gone, it's an RBI single for Augustine Ramirez. And the Marlins on the board again. It's 6-2 in the top of the 4th.
Trying to win it all again. Posada, slow roller right side. Beckett picks it up, tags Posada, and the Florida Marlins are world champions. The Marlins have stunned the Yankees, shocked New York, and this improbable team, improbable ride, they end up on top, winning in.
All right, 10th inning show rolls on here on the Marlins radio network. 8-6, the final score. The Atlanta Braves take down the Marlins. Let's hear from the manager, Clayton McCullough, after this one.
Clayton, it seemed like in that 5th inning, things got away for Sandy. What did you see from him?
I really thought like early on, maybe the command wavered a little bit early on, and felt like he got some big double plays to get him through, and then just made a mistake there to Ozuna with a couple guys on, and he put a good swing on it, and that kind of swung things for him.
We saw the pitch mix in that 5th inning. I think he threw 1 or 2 fastballs. Do you want to see him be more aggressive with that pitch? Are you okay with the selection?
I think the selection is what he and Gus feel like is the most best way to go attack guys, and so no issue with the pitch selection. I think it was just maybe just a mis-executed pitch that went for a homer.
What have you seen the last couple of days just from your team as a whole?
I think we've continued to plug along what we have. We haven't maybe come through and won some moments that we had won more during a previous stretch, and credit to the Braves. They've just competed well and put together some really good at bats at times in the game to help swing things. And whether we haven't been able to maybe stop the bleeding, or pick up our share of hits when we have some traffic, that's how it goes. They've just done a better job winning some moments the last couple of days than we have.
You like what you saw offensively, at least early in this game?
I thought we did a really nice job against Fetty, able to drive up the pitch count. I thought we really honed in our approach today in this game. Thought they were incredibly selective. We ran some really good at bats, had a big inning there. I think overall our at bats were good, and the ability to come back and get a couple late and threaten there. And so, we just didn't do enough.
I've asked you about Marcy before, but what do you continue to see from him?
I think we're seeing again, like he's running high quality at bats. He's using the whole field, and as he's settled in some now, I think we're seeing what he's capable of on the bases, and did a really nice job there tonight. So I think he's just continued to throw out what it feels like one quality at bat after another.
Thank you. Clayton.
All right, that was Clayton McCullough, the Marlins skipper. And Sandy Alcantara, you heard about that 5th inning. Sandy got tagged for 4 runs in the 5th, including a 3-run home run from Marcell Ozuna. Let's hear from Sandy after his start today.
Sandy, just your general thoughts on how tonight went for you.
First, I want to say thanks God for keeping me healthy in the game. Not much to say, so you guys see how the game ends, but it is what it is, just gotta keep my hands up. I know we got another opportunity tomorrow to win the game. I want to have another opportunity to be out there and do my best, and just something happened out there today.
What do you feel like happened in that 5th inning?
Oh, no. So since the first inning, I always was behind the count, nothing for strike. It was battle since the first inning. There again, Osuna in the 5th inning, tried to execute my best breaking ball, just, I don't know what was that, maybe in the sun or maybe not. But just try to be out there first before strike and just find the way to hit that curve and hit a homer.
We saw your pitch mix. I think you threw 1 or 2 fastballs in that 5th inning. Was that by design? Do you wish you would have been more aggressive with the fastball?
Game plan, that was our plan today, so we just having the best execution out there, but it is what it is. We just got to keep at it.
What was working, at least for the first couple innings? You were able to wiggle out of some jams.
Two-seam was always good, so, but when you only have one pitch working, so you maybe want to get some trouble. But, it is what it is, man, and I just got to keep doing my best.
We've seen you have good starts. We've seen you struggle. What are you learning about, I guess, yourself this season in 2025?
I don't know. So early in the season, everybody was saying, and I was saying that this is a process, but it's not. I think you just got to try to find a way how to be out there, try to go got deep in the game, So I just gotta keep believing in myself. I know I'm healthy. I can throw hard. I can throw straight. And yeah, just keep preparing myself like always. And take advantage of the opportunity. Just be out there and do my best like always.
Thank you for this. You mentioned the ups and downs. Just how much does it mean to you to know that you have support of not only the clubhouse behind you, but also the city of Miami?
So always grateful and proud about myself and the love that the city of Miami gave to me, my teammates, my coaches, the fans. So they just gotta keep believing. We just gotta keep believing. They know the way that I like to compete, and just have a tough season this year, and I'm not gonna give up.
Yeah, and you always, every time you get an interview, you always say thanks to God for the health and for keeping me healthy out there. Just how much has that mentality and just that gratitude helped you to continue to keep going?
Because God is the only who give you something to you, and He not giving nothing to you. So you gotta keep believing in yourself, So you all gonna have opportunity today, tomorrow, and always. So just be proud of yourself and keep believing God.
All right, that was Sandy Alcantara after his start. Again, Sandy goes 5 innings, a 7-hit, 5-run ball. He walked 4 and allowed 2 homers to Marcell Ozuna tonight. 8-6 loss at the hands of the Atlanta Braves for the Fish. We will break. We'll get Steven's thoughts. We'll say see ya. 10th inning show concludes next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Step up to the...
So the Astro defense after this pitch. 0-1. Lopez rips one up the gut. That is through for a base hit. Stowers getting the run around. He will score, and that ties the ball game. Throw goes to third to keep Hicks at second. Otto Lopez makes it back-to-back RBI singles, and all of a sudden we're tied at 2 in the bottom of the first. Here's the classic answer back inning for the Fish. He was pulled. Reliever came on to get the final out. Hernandez hits one high in the air and deep. Out to left. Sanchez is back at the track. He leaps up, and it's gone. Big Bert, homer number 6. Heriberto Hernandez with a solo blast, and it's 5-2 Fish in the bottom of the third. By 2. 2-1 pitch. Paulie drills high in the air, out to right. Smith is back at the track, and it's gone. Into the Astro bullpen, Graham Paulie with homer number 2 as a Miami Marlin. And now the Fish right back to doubling up the Astros. It's 6-3 in the bottom of the 5th.
Graham Paulie here, second home run of the season. Your team finishes off a 4-2 homestand. Why was this game really important before we head out for a 3-city trip?
Yeah, we first series swept the Yankees, which is always great, and then we wanted to come out of here with at least a win at home. We 4-2 is a lot better than 3-3. I don't know. We put a lot of stuff together. We just wanted to keep being the same team that we've always been. So really not a lot changed, but today I think we were just focused and put everything together. So
what did you see offensively against Spencer Arrighetti?
Yeah, he's got a good fastball and really good breaking balls. I think today we did a better job of keyholing him in a way. Didn't really chase him a whole ton. I think that's why we kind of just singled him to death. Not a whole lot of slug, but we put a lot of good ABs together. So
we did get some slug. We got your home run against Hector Neris. What'd you see on the pitch?
Yeah.
Marlins fall in both legs this doubleheader, 7-1 in game 1, 8-6 the final score. The Braves get the win over the Fish in game 2. They wrap up a 5-game set in 4 days at Truist Park here tomorrow at 1:35. But before we talk about that, Steven Strom, where you want to go? Where you want to go today? Do you want to keep it to game 2 or go game 1 and game 2?
Let's just go today because that's what we're talking about here. And today was disappointing for a couple of reasons. I mean, number one, I thought you got a pretty good start from Ryan
Gusto. Yep,
Gusto. Got through 6 innings, 3 runs when you really didn't know what you were going to get from him. Making his Marlins debut, he put you in a position to win. Offense didn't really get going against a guy that was pretty good tonight in Waldrop. I mean, I thought Hurston Waldrop was awesome for Atlanta. And you're able to, flip around and give the ball to Sandy. And honestly, it was weird today, man. Sandy's command was off. He wasn't getting ahead of the count. It almost looked like you always hear him in his post game when he doesn't do well. He's like, I think I was, they were aggressive really early on me. And I thought Sandy tried to navigate this game a little bit differently. Maybe he tried to nibble a little bit and he was able to get out of some jams. I thought that 4th inning, man, when he got the double play, you think, okay, he avoids the big inning. And then this 5th inning occurs and it happens again. And that's kind of the thing right now with Sandy. He just has to avoid that one big inning. We've seen him do it, plenty of times, but I think just as a team, man, there's been some uncharacteristic things that have happened since that Yankee series. In Houston, there was a couple of errors. The bullpen hasn't been as good, and the standard is so darn high. Do not get it twisted. The Marlins have been playing incredible baseball.
Yeah.
But you have a 6-2 lead on Thursday night, and, you end up losing, and then tonight, you build a 4-5-1 lead. You think you're going to get to a win today, and you don't. So I think right now they just got to dig deep. They got to come out tomorrow and try to get one. You got to get two. You don't want to come to Atlanta and go 1-4 during this stretch, especially because you've been playing so well. You've been close to 500, but I don't know, man. They just got to get back to I think playing cleaner baseball, and they got to get all three phases going again, and that's why they were going through such an incredible surge, is because they had all three quadrants going for them.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I feel like it stems from pitching, what's happened as of late, because the pitching was just so stellar. And we talk about the offense and the offensive identity, just grinding out at bats, everything like that. And that's awesome. And that's obviously a huge part of this, but it takes two to tango, and it takes the other half to really be, firing on all cylinders to play really hot, complete baseball. And that's what was happening. And, number one, yes, we were spoiled by it for 2 months, right? But number two, the standard is elevated, to your point.
It is.
It's
and
such a high standard.
It is a compliment to the Marlins.
A compliment.
It really is.
They have elevated the standard over the last 2.5 months of playing high quality, gritty, fun, annoying baseball in the best way.
If I thought this was a team, I wouldn't complain, Jack. I would not yammer.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I totally understand where you're coming from. And no, it's going to be fun to watch the bounce back tomorrow. But, it feels like the starting rotation is just going through a little bit of a funk right now. And then the bullpen might be going through a little bit of a funk right now. But you know what? That's baseball. Sometimes you go through a week or 2 weeks. It's only been a week.
I know. It's again, you just keep talking about the standard's been so high. It's we lost 3 out of 4. Oh my goodness.
And great teams have bad weeks. It's okay. And you know what? It's a chance to right the ship tomorrow before you go have an off day in Cleveland. And then you get set for 3 with the Guardians. But 1:35 tomorrow, it'll be Joey Wentz and Cal Quantrill. And we've got history being made tomorrow. Jen Powell becomes the first woman to ever serve as the home plate umpire at a Major League Baseball regular season game. We are going to document that very, very well tomorrow. Marlins on Deck begins at 1 o'clock.
I just want to tell everyone that has tuned in, game 1, game 2, or both, we really appreciate everyone that has tuned in. It's been 10.5 hours of baseball. We haven't been on for 10.5 straight hours, but great job by you, Jack, keeping the voice going. Energy was great. Gabby Sanchez, same way. Ahmed back in the studio. Just all in all, we appreciate all of the support that the audience has given us and hanging out with us. We love when you guys are hanging with us. It doesn't matter how many games we do. We're here every single day, and we absolutely cherish your support, and we'll continue to have fun here and, put out good broadcasts, man.
Great job by you, Steven. Great job by you, Gabby, sitting to my right, and a tremendous job by you in studio, Ahmed Jordan. Just awesome stuff. Again, tomorrow, first pitch, 1:35, Cal Quantrill and Joey Wentz. Marlins will look to take their second in this 5-game set in Atlanta. Marlins on Deck begins at 1 o'clock. For Steven, for Gabby, I'm Jack saying so long from Truist Park in Atlanta. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.